me see if that helped the lighting. Not really. You know what? That is what dark light looks like. It's dark. Okay, welcome. I tried to record a video and I stopped it because I was wasting time, and I waste enough time. And I didn't like the lighting, so I still don't like the lighting, but we're gonna go with it. I'm just recording these live. I don't have the patience for all the editing and blah, blah, blah. I can't go live, actually live. That's what I would rather do, because I need like subscribers or, cloud or something. I don't know. I don't care. I'll just record like this, then I upload it, then I delete it, because otherwise it like clogs up my phone. Anyway, that's my wand. Remember, create your own world. Peaceful, joyous, loving. That's my world. All right. I also wanted to say somebody, I put the box in there, that somebody sent me a present. Get these donuts out of here. Somebody sent me a present. Looks like I've lost the box already. A little lapel microphone. I really appreciate that. That was so sweet. I've discovered that my cell phone, it's a Google something or other, 6 maybe, it can't do that. Things can't plug into it. So that's what I'm recording on. And then this is just a microphone. That's just an amp. And then Google camera, whatever this is picking up the sound of me in the microphone. All I know is that the microphone into the amp helps me hear my voice so that I can hear when I'm going, like tightening up my throat and not letting, like my real voice come through. So, we're going to do a tarot. This, as I promised in previous videos, is my box with the original tarot cards that I told you my friend gave me. And also notes. We'll just toss those on the floor for now. I have my, for some of you, I'll just do this. Da-na-na-na, Master Sword. All right. And this was the tarot that I did the first reading with, one of my favorites. There is, of course, the Empress, who I love. And this is the original. Noodle is scratching himself. This is the tarot deck that my friend gave me. She gave it to me in a little blue bag. I still have the bag, but if I put things into a bag that I won't look at, I won't be able to find it when I want it. So I'm going to shuffle. I'm just getting them out now. Sometimes I just put them in the box and shake them or whatever. But today I'm just feeling a little traditional. I'll also show you. I have some miniature toys in here that I like. I have little packs of playing cards. So I think that's kind of fun. And then I have a little chessboard with little chess pieces. So I thought it might be fun, like if I just pick a card out of here and see what we get. Okay, we got, it's tiny, so I think it's a Jack of Spades. So for anyone tiny fey folk, that was your card. Okay. All right. And get that out to the side. And then I am going to admit I am not good at shuffling since I was a kid and I tried to learn. I shuffle some kind of backwards, so I'm going to show you and you're going to know what I mean immediately. I'm going to take these cards and go like this. And then I know you're supposed to do it this way, but I totally do it this way. All right, I get them all together. All right, and then I try to do this thing so that they kind of stay upright. All right, I'm going to do it 3 times. And because we are taking upside downs on this deck here, I'm going to do like a thing where I spin it. I forgot. Where I spin the cards a little bit, so I make sure that we get new ones up, new ones, whatever. Switch them around. That one wanted to jump, go over. All right, that was probably enough. Now I thought it'd be fun to do. And it's all shuffled and flipped, but I want to do where I've been working. It's gonna be hard to do with the mic in the way, but I've been working on my kinds. So I see people a lot doing this, and you just like do like this until one kind of pops out or a bunch fall and see like that. So then we see, well, what is that? Ooh. Here we go. So our querent tonight is the 5 of Cups. And so I think we've seen this one before, but not with these cards. So this is, we have 3 cups laying on the ground. Looks like they've spilled. There's a man here who's got a very fancy cloak on or blanket wrapped around him, and he has 2 cups behind him that are upright and look perfectly fine. And in fact, the 3 cups that have spilled look perfectly fine as well. Just, pick them up, wrap them in your fancy blanket cloak, go across the bridge to your home or your mom's home or whatever that is, across the way, your job, and, get going. But he is kind of looking across the river like, oh, it's so far, and I have to walk to the bridge, and I'm all alone. Where did my friends go? Well, his friends maybe helped him spill those cups. I don't know. Again, just saying what I see. Put it down. That's the querent, and so I don't really know if I'm going to do a cross or if I'm going to just do a horseshoe, probably a horseshoe. So let's see what pops out. Sorry, the dog distracted me. So that can pop out, but let's see what happens here. All right, so we had a couple pop out there. I felt like this one was popping out, but these beat it. So, oh wait, they were like this. You know what, maybe I'm not going to take any upside downs with it since we're doing this way, because it was like I flip a certain way so I know when it's upside down if I'm doing that way. This, they're flying around, so I think I will just take them upright. And we did get 2, so I kind of feel like we're going to do, sorry, I've got an alarm, hold on. Okay. So we are going to do, I think, a cross here. So we've got it's kind of going to be a sad reading, okay? I can already tell a little bit, but it's tomorrow's Easter, so always remember that's kind of like a time to celebrate, rebirth or spring, the resurrection of Jesus. And I'm not saying that in any kind of way, just saying that that's different things that people have about Easter that's available. I believe it's E-Star. Now I've been mixing these up in my hand, but E-Star or something is the original kind of, and Google keeps having this. Just get out of the way, Google. Stop it. Sorry. There was a notification there and that really bothered me. Okay, back to the reading. Okay, so it was the 5 of Cups. How did we get to the 5 of Cups where we are upset like this? We did the, what got us here was the 4 of Swords. Or that's where we are now, and then the 8 of Swords is the cross. So our querent is in the 5 of Cups, feeling like even though they have 5 cups, they've come a long way from home, or they don't know who their friends are, or something like that, okay? And where we are now is we're in the 5 of Swords, and of course on this card you can see the person is laying down, and there's this shadow on the kind of mountain or icy place behind is where the swords are. And she's sleeping, and there's a woman-shaped tree or a feminine tree there in the background, but it's clearly winter. And so she's then there's maybe a door or something very far in the back. I don't know what that is. I just saw that this time in a pathway up. So we can kind of see her as she's like, hibernating and contemplating those four swords. And, what do you do? Do you take that energy from the swords and go stab other people? Or do you learn a lesson and use swords for protection, not, defensively, not offensively or offensively? Okay. And then crossing it, we've got the Eight of Swords, and that's what I meant about it being kind of like we're already to like kind of a drizzly start here. But we're going to go through with it. So we have the Eight of Swords. That's obviously one less than the Nine of Swords and one less than the 10. But you can see a person sort of standing in water, maybe on the beach, and there's 8 swords around them, and they're bound up by this green cloth that's also binding their eyes, and perhaps their arms behind them. But you can see that their legs are free. And this is a feminine with long hair, and again, head down. And I wonder if she knows that she's not really tied, that if her legs are free, and if she could probably cut herself free on those swords and get out of there. But maybe she doesn't know because she is blindfolded. All right. So the same question, just more swords. Are you going to escape? So maybe in this case, since this is the one that is crosses these two, brings them together, we can say that this happened, and then the present moment, we've got 4 swords we're still dealing with. So maybe less, some healing has been done here. There was some healing in time. Okay. So I'm just going to already put, I know you can't see them, but I'm going to already put them the way I talked about. So those are the 3 in the cross. And then I'm going to do that little card shuffle thing and see what pops up for the message from above. Boy, I really jammed that one in there. Okay. I feel like those want to come, but they're kind of, I don't like to resist. So I like them to just kind of, like that doesn't, just fall out or, be clear. I did feel like I let those fall, but that's fine too. So I'm going to take the right side up one, the one that came out like this first. And that is the message from above is the Nine of Wands. Again, what is this? What is going on? This is, so this character in the Nine of Wands is a masculine character, and he has a sling on his arm. Excuse me. And he has these 9 wands. And like we talked about before, that's a lot of wands, that's a lot of power. But he's not standing there like, he's injured, he's got the bandage on his head, he's on his arm, and I see he's kind of standing with one, his weight on one, maybe he's got a hurt knee or something, and he is holding his wand, he's ready to fight more, he's fought plenty of battles, he's got plenty of wands. I had a funny thought there where I thought he kind of needs some friends to take those other wands and get his back maybe, but I don't know if that's the message there, is like you got a lot of wands and you're hurting, maybe ask, maybe that's ask for help. All right, so this one's going to be below because it came together up. I got excited because it's one of the arcade. There, it's one of the arcade royalty. That's what I call it. It's the Priestess. So the Priestess is a fun little card. She's beautiful here, but she kind of comes up as oopsie. Luckily, I don't show the cards very long, so hopefully you could just, it's not a kid's video, but also, I forgot, I said I was going to put stickers on the cards. All right, she's kind of, you can see her power and her creativity in the fact that the same green dress that she's wearing that looks kind of like greenery is also decorating the trees and everything around her. And there's water in front of her, and she has like a beautiful moon crown on. And you can just see that she's got that, one chest piece out, biological chest piece is hanging out there. And then she's got covered on the other side. She's not cold. That's kind of like I see in these kind of tarot way, that's a sign of, what that's for. It's like the power to nourish. All right. So preoccupation is what that kind of means, is like underneath your subconscious or underneath the situation is this kind of creativity, this nurturing character here. So then we're going to do the behind and in front. Let's see what comes up. I don't like to be careless or reckless with the cards, but I have to be loose loose enough that they will in fact pop. Okay, so also some flipped, so I'm gonna definitely put these out here and put those back on top, and then I'm gonna get the one that fell down. Here it is. Woo! Wheel of Fortune. Some of you might know that was a game. I want to say like, come on down, but that's maybe the price is right. Wheel of Fortune. And again, one of those royal cards, number 19. Not royal, but what did I say? Arcade. The arcade cards. And you see this feminine with long hair and a robe there, like a red robe. She's kind of dancing around the ball that has the different animals kind of glowing and some symbols and people in there. It's kind of like the, you spin the wheel, and it's a good card, but in the past it depends. So if you were having a very tough time in the past where this card's popping up, you might think the Wheel of Fortune would be that hopefully you'll have a change of fortune for the future. Or if someone might be having used their higher position up to sort of lord over someone else, a Wheel of Fortune can mean, the Wheel of Fortune can mean a change of circumstances, not maybe as bad as the Tower, but you could certainly mean a failing business or something. So it would depend on your light here for what I'm seeing overall in this reading. I don't know. I just see all these swords and all this weaponry and all this sadness. So I'm going to wait to say anything further about that until I see what else comes out, because I want the in front card. So since I had a bunch of other ones, I'm going to take since they fell like this, that means they came like this. I don't know, I have to look at them to see which ones are going to go. So it would have been like this, and I would have... Okay, so I'm just going to take them the way they did face up, I've decided. So we have the Three of Wands is just all this turned back. So in this case, we've got three wands. There's a masculine figure with his orange cloak and like a little thing around his waist. His shoulders. I just realized I was holding the card in front of my face. What would my producer say? She did. She said in my head, "Put that card out of your face, silly." So we have Three of Wands, and I can see the winds blowing because the yellow scarf around his shoulders is like blowing the wind there, and I can see ships there. He's standing on the ground or the edge of the river, and you can see mountains in the background, and there's three ships. They could be coming in, they could be going out, they could be passing each other, but he's definitely surveying whatever's going on there, and he has his 3 wands. So this would be sort of that outside forces, or what's in the way, you know. Is that your ship hasn't come in, or someone's blocking the harbor? I don't know. No one knows the cards. And so then continuing with this sort of grumpy card attitude here, we've got the 7 of Swords. So many, my goodness. This is too many swords. I just want to say that. Like, this is, like, if you had this many swords in life, or you brought these many swords to people, or people brought these swords to you, or you just are so sharp with swords, or someone is sharp with swords, like, that's too many. Like, I like that this card, he's gathering up the swords. He's like, I gotta go. And you can see he's got a little helper in this card. You can see the battlements in the background of the war. And it looks to me like this person is finally saying, you know what? This war isn't for me. I'm going to take my, it looks like 5 swords and go, and there's 1 on the ground. And you can see his little the smaller person there with him, child or helper or a little page or something. He's got 1 sword, and it's almost like he's saying, like, I'll help you. I'm going to try to help you get these swords. And they're leaving, you know, they're not staying for the battle. And I don't think that means they're sneaking off to the other side. You know, they're just saying, like, this is it. I'm taking my swords and I'm going. So that's that. That's the card in the line that represents the state of mind of the querent. And that was this situation here with the 5 of Cups. So 7 of Swords. You know, reminds me a little bit of that. The 10 of Wands kind of protection, or whatever I had the other time. Now this is, the next card was the 7 of Cups, and that one came out. And this is that outside forces, that things you can't, there's the influence. In position, it is the 7 of Cups. So you see all these cups, and they have all the different things in them. We've got heart. This one reminds me of kind of like a video game, or like The Legend of Zelda, when you go in to the little store and you can buy some things, or you have to pick, and it's like, do you want the heart? Do you want the wing shoes? Do you want the snake? Which maybe that, I know snakes are kind of like, I always think of like the medical association, and how they have that like snake around the thing. That's there's a Bible story about that situation, if I remember correctly. And then I think in other legends we have the snake as something new, I think. But it could also represent, you know, that old hiss. I'm trying to think of that Disney movie where it's like the hiss is singing Mowgli to sleep, and he's like, trust in me, trust in me, shut your eyes, trust in me. Susie and the Banshees, I think, did this remix. That's not. She did a cover of it, and it was amazing. Anyway, totally off subject of this, but it's a lot of choices. You see, there's a castle. There's, you know, it looks like maybe a phoenix or a dragon. There's some greenery on one. You know, I don't know. Is that a sandwich? I don't know. When I look at this, I think, unless my life is completely full and I already have love, I'm gonna pick the heart. If my life gauge is full and I'm good, then I would probably pick the wing shoes, unless I really need a house or a castle. But remember, if you have a castle, you have to protect it. So that's a whole nother responsibility. If the dragon was something that you could like have, and that was your dragon, and then you could be like the Queen of Dragons and ride the dragon around, that would be amazing. I would pick that one. So I can totally understand why the choices are a lot for here. You can see there's this feminine down here, and she's, it looks like maybe wearing like a nightgown or a swim cover, you know, see-through. And she could have like a white dress underneath. We don't really know. There's no anatomy to indicate. So I'm just going to take it as she's in a, you know, pretty kind of delicate kind of clothing. So she's not in a battle or anything, you know, she's in the garden, and there's butterflies flying out of her hand almost. And it's really, I don't think everything has to be like a bad thing that you have so many choices. That's a good thing to have a lot of choices. So even if it's overwhelming, you know, like I just did there, like figure out, like, I don't think that's a sandwich, but definitely don't pick the sandwich. You can do that yourself. I probably wouldn't pick the snake, but I don't know. Maybe it's like a really, that's just because I have a phobia. I love snakes. I think they're wonderful, but if I see one or one's around me, I like that. If you heard my dog growling, just like that. Okay, Noodle, hush, hush, buddy, hush. You're running up my recording. Okay, so I need 2 more cards. So we're going to take whatever pops out, but one card would be, the next card is the challenge card. So let's see what's let's see what's what here. No, that's too many. Too many. I can take this one that fell into my lap though, and that is the Queen of Cups. All right. Now she is sitting on her throne. She's got the water all around her. She's holding her cup. She's got her crown on. She's got her scarf around. There's a little wind. She looks beautiful, serene. The background there. So the challenge is to maybe win the Queen of Cups, or the challenge is to, if you are the Queen of Cups, the challenge would be to how to distribute all the cups. You know, how to make sure everybody gets what they need. If you're a queen, how do you make sure everybody gets what they need? If this is someone in the way, then the way to, I would say, to approach a Queen of Cups is to, I would have to look in the book for someone else's definition of it, but for me, it would be not with selfishness, you know, with generosity, with giving of yourself. Don't be like, hey, can I have a cup? 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 Can you get me a cup? Can you get me a cup? Like, you know, bring something too. Of course, the Queen of Cups is going to want to make sure everyone has something to drink, but, you know, don't just show up to take, I guess. And, you know, there could be more than one person here. And so, you know, think of what your challenge would be in this situation. Are you the Queen of Cups? Are you talking to the Queen of Cups? Do you want to be the Queen of Cups? Look at all of that and figure out, you know, what would that really mean? Sometimes you want to be someone else and you're like, ooh, if I was, you know, if I was Kim Kardashian, everything would be perfect. I would be beautiful. I'd be rich. Everyone would like me. I would have my own shows. I wouldn't really have to like get my nails dirty or whatever. And that's nice. But like, can you imagine worrying about how you look all the time to the point where you have to Photoshop anything that's bad and like make sure no one ever sees you with like makeup or like I don't know. I just think that family must be exhausted. That's what I think about it. They just must be exhausted feeling, you know, like everyone's eyes always on them, always having to look like that, beautiful, like constantly just perfect. You can't be perfect. No one can be. So don't think that it's easy to be perfect. I guarantee it's not easy to be Kim Kardashian. It's not easy to be, you know, anyone, I guess, really. So enough of that. All right, one more card is the final card. The final card, countdown card. And I'm not going to take the ones that popped out. I'm going to put it all back because that was too many. So if those same cards need to come out again, they will. Because I'm going to do this, and it sometimes takes me a while because I'm not trying to force it. I want one, and you saw it there. I want one card to come out and finish this off. And so the card that we got was the Knight of Cups. I just saw 3023 on the clock because I looked. I like the number 23. Doesn't mean anything, but I was like, ooh, 23. And now I was looking and I saw 3030. So, I mean, I suppose you could watch the clock forever and come up with cool numbers. So let's, as the final outcome of this end here, and remember, we'll go back to our querent here, who was this man who has partied too much. Just saying. He had a party, and he needs to get to that place across the way, I think. And the final card is this knight. So I feel like he got, the final outcome is that he's back on his horse. You know, he's got his cup. He's all fresh. Must have reached the house. He must have gotten in there, got a shower, got a nap. You know, his family helped him retrieve his cups, or you know, and then he's on his horse and he's off to, you know, the Knight of Cups. I always see is kind of like whatever the queen's kingdom, the knight would be going out and getting it done. You know, she's like, okay, knight, go check on the farthest village and make sure that everything's going well over there, and that, you know, and, you know, see what we need. Or he's going beyond the kingdom limits, and he's bringing their greeting to a different kingdom. Who knows? But he's gotten his act together. He's back on the horse. It's not that you can't party, you know. Just don't take all your cups and wine and friends really far away from home. And then if they all leave and no one helps you, I just realized this glass has been sitting here the whole time. Okay, whatever. If you, you know, if no one's there to help you, that can feel very discouraging. You know, they were there helping you empty your cups. And if this fella drank all these cups, those by himself, he's sad, and he needs to maybe tell someone and get a hug. I sometimes look at, like, if we're the person looking at this, we're the viewer. And so you can sometimes think, like, what could I do for this person in this situation? So if this was someone that I knew and I came upon and they had their 5 cups and 3 of them were spilled and they're wrapped in their blanket and they look sad, I would be like, hey, you need to get help. I'll carry some of your cups, and you can carry some of your cups, and we can help and get to the other, to the house, go across that bridge and get to that place, And I also think, this is my own personal one, I also think this person needs a hug. So if you know this person, you see your friend, or you see someone who partied too hard in a blanket across the river, help them carry their cups home and give them a hug, okay? Because I'm pretty sure that is what the Knight of Cups would do. He would help his friend, okay? Again, I don't know if that's a message for anyone or for all of us to, no matter what, I guess on the night of Easter, we can think about that, of like, in the story, Jesus died on Friday, and then the Sabbath would have been Saturday, and then Sunday is when, as soon as the Sabbath was over, the angels could roll back the stone, and I don't know if Jesus was still dead or if he was just chilling in there waiting for the stone to be rolled back. May's drawn some pictures. And then he was there, and for those that don't know, there's, you know, a lot more to the story. And it was, you know, the Marys, the women who were first there because they hadn't been allowed, because of the time frame, they hadn't been allowed to take care of him, to his body and everything, and they were anxious, so they were there waiting. But when they arrived, the stone was already back, and the report was there was an angel that said, he's not here. He left. And they were like, he's left, you know. So that's the Sunday. And so, you know, it's a big Easter. We do the candy, we do the eggs, and some people like to go to church and do the big celebration. Some people just like the experience with the family, but it really is kind of a very beautiful celebration of spring and redemption and sunshine, I guess, you know, morning. And I don't know. That's probably good for now. I see the Wheel of Fortune over here again. So I would say, with the Wheel of Fortune being in the past, that that maybe there was a bad turn, that it was everything seemed fine, but then in the past the wheel turned, and that's how we ended up in this sad party mode. Too many choices. I don't know why. All of a sudden I thought with these two, you know, the Knight and the Cup, sometimes I think of the Knight and the Page as being the children, and the Queen as being the mom. And so then when I saw these two together, I thought, like, you know, this is, if you're a mom, this is how you want your son to be. Obviously, you might not approve of this, right? As a mom, you might be like, please don't be doing that. So I don't know, I thought disapproving mom, but in the case of this, if there's a mom out there and this is your son, I would say that same thing. Like, you know, help them get the cups cleaned up, give them a hug, get them cleaned up, get them back on their horse, get them back out there, you know. And that's it for the tarot reading there, or game. And I noticed I did it pretty fast this time. 37, 36, 37, 37. Oh my gosh. I was looking at it for 3 seconds and there it was. Magic. I feel like I didn't tell as many stories this time. So maybe I should talk about the red wig. I put this on because we had talked about in the first reading how it was like the Ace of Wands and everything, and she had the long red hair, so I thought it was fun to do that. I see a lot of influencers or whatever put on a wig and stuff sometimes, and it's fun. It's making me laugh when I'm looking at it because I feel like I look like a little cartoon character or something because of the little ears too. Like I used to watch some anime when I was younger, and it's I still like the cartoons. I was thinking just now of my niece, if it's okay to say, and Jade, and she likes to draw little manga pictures and stuff, and so I hope if she watches, I love you. Oh, and Marty too. I know Marty likes that stuff. I'm trying to think who else might be checking my videos. Of course, B and Catherine, and anyone else from the old Velcro head and Velcro friends, Velcro friends. When I was quite young, I had a close group of friends, and we were goths, and we always had some part of our hair shaved, and so we would joke that we stuck together. So we were the Velcro heads, and we had, you know, a bunch of other friends that were outside, and we would, you know, so we had our core. Not that we were elitist or anything, but we had the core Velcro heads that we were like together almost every day. And then we had, you know, other people were in the gang and became Velcro heads eternally. And so anyone, regardless if you were in like the first picture that Vashti drew or whatever, or if you were in a later, a later version of running around Sacramento, California, then you're still in the group. You're still a Velcro head, even if you don't have shaved parts anymore. Remember, that's the other part sticks to the shaved parts. I used to say that. Um, so random, and let's see what else. Oh, just in case anyone wants to know about the makeup, I did do makeup. I did some foundation, and I tried to do like I was thinking of that. There's a song and a video that I like. It's like, Mama don't know that it's getting hot at the body shop, doing something unholy. It's anyway. There's a character in the beginning. I think it's the same. The wife and the dad and the mom are played by the same person, I think. And they have the makeup is just like natural makeup where they don't have mascara on or anything, and they're blonde, feminine, and so they just like it's actually very stunning. I think they have red lipstick on. I think I've kind of worn off the red lipstick, but I did put on red lipstick, and then when I put this wig on, I was like, oh, I look really pale, so I put some bronzer or something on, and I did put on mascara, and then the bangs of this silly wig were so long they were in my eyes, and I thought, well, that's a good idea. I'll just grab some scissors and go choo 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 choo. I was just thinking of my cousin David, how he got in so much trouble. One of his school pictures, he cut like the weirdest bangs. Anyway, I was cutting them in the wig. You should take it off. The story is, if you're gonna cut the hair of a wig, take it off. Don't cut it on you, like, because I was like, and like so many little pieces of wig hair went right into my eyeball, like in my eye. And I was like, it's fine. And I just keep going, and then all of a sudden I was like, it's not fine. And I'm like pouring water into my eye. So I also that happened, and I used eye drops and stuff. But I'm sure if you were able to see in person, you would see that it's not perfect. As far as I know, I'm not using a filter, although like I said, I have a Google Pixel or whatever, and it's a very good camera, but I also know that it kind of like smooths you out or something, probably, although I don't have anything in particular on there. I kind of wish they would fix the lighting. That would be the thing. I'd be like, can you make the lighting good? Like I can put my face like that and that's fine. But anyway, vanity aside, happy Easter, everyone. I have a fancy dress for tomorrow, and I'm going to go out into the town, have an experience somewhere, an Easter experience in my Easter dress, and I have some sisters hopefully meeting me, and Ryan's going to go, and then I have, you can see them back here actually, I have a bunch of eggs all ready to hide for Orion, and I am very mean. I hide them hard, and you might think that having a big basket of gold eggs would be hard to hide, but I have so much gold stuff, and I told him I was going to be so mean that there was going to be eggs we were not going to find until next year. And I don't know if that's true or not, because he's actually gotten very good at finding the eggs. So we'll see, but I will enjoy trying to hide shiny gold eggs. Our rule is you have to, you don't have to move anything. It still could be hard. You have to move your head, and you have to look at it from different angles, but as long as you can see it from some angle that you can get to without moving anything, then it counts. That's my rule, and it could be anywhere. I'm brutal. I'll put them in the lampshade. I'll put them on top of I'll get them in a cuckoo clock somehow where they can be seen. It's going to be fun. So I hope everyone has like a wonderful Easter, and I was looking at the time. I'm going, it's going to be 4:44 soon. what's with this numbers thing? I watch and people do it, and now I'm doing it. I don't know. What was I saying? Did I already say I have a condition where I forget what I'm saying when I'm saying it? I don't think I did this time, but I just did. So Happy Easter. Oh, that was what I was saying. Happy Easter. Happy Easter. Now I'm thinking of another song that when I was a kid, it was my favorite song. It's like, He lives, Christ Jesus lives today. He walks with me and talks with me along life's narrow way. He lives, he lives. Dum dum da 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 da. You ask me how I know he